For my potatoes, I've washed them and I've pricked them. I'm going to drizzle a little bit of olive oil on each, and then just sprinkle some salt and pepper, and they go into the oven on the highest temperature for around 30 to 40 minutes. So into the oven for 30 to 40 minutes. So they go crispy on the outside and soft on the inside. For the onion rings, I'm using the battered onion rings from Woolworths. It's a bit of a cheap, but they're really tasty, and all I do is put them all on a tray and they go into the oven and bake for around 15 to 20 minutes. I'm going to make a homemade Spur Basting. So what I've got over here is 3 tablespoons of jaggery, or you could use brown sugar, 2 teaspoons of smoked paprika, a teaspoon of garlic flakes, or you could use fresh garlic, a teaspoon of mixed herbs, and a teaspoon of dried chili. So that goes in first. Over here I've got all the wet ingredients that go in here. So it's 2 tablespoons of balsamic vinegar, 3 tablespoons of soy sauce, a tablespoon of sriracha, and a tablespoon of tomato sauce. I've got my tomato sauce in here, and all I'm going to do is stir all the ingredients in and just cook this on a really low heat, and just within a few minutes it's done. You just want to bring it to a gentle simmer and switch it off, and this is ready for the basting when the steak is cooking. I'm now going to make the cheddar melt mushrooms. So I've got a tablespoon of olive oil, and I'm using the Portugal mushrooms because I don't have fresh mushrooms at the moment. And I'm just going to add the mushrooms. I've just drained them and add them into the pan and just heat them up a bit at first. The mushrooms are starting to heat up, and I've got a teaspoon of salt, teaspoon of black pepper, teaspoon of garlic flakes, or you could use fresh garlic, and I've got a teaspoon of mixed herbs. And that goes in, and I'm just going to toss it through. My mushrooms have warmed through and they're seasoned really well. I'm just switching the pan off, and then I'm going to stir in my cottage cheese, and that will make the mushrooms really creamy. So the mushrooms have cooled down. I'm going to add in 2 tablespoons of cottage cheese. The reason that you let the mushrooms cool down, if you add the cottage cheese in a bit too early, the mixture will split. So, and I like to use cottage cheese instead of a floury or a creamy sauce, because cottage cheese is packed with protein. I'm just stirring the cottage cheese in with the mushrooms, and then I'll heat this up with a little extra water a little bit later on to add on to the steak. Over here I've got my Tis cookware griddle pan, and I'm just going to heat it up to a really high heat, and I'm going to place my marinated steak. This morning I marinated my steak. This is tenderized steak, which I just cut into little slices. And so what I've done is just marinated with a teaspoon of salt, a teaspoon of black pepper, 2 teaspoons of chili flakes, 2 teaspoons of ginger garlic, and just mixed everything together. So my pan has been heating up for a good few minutes, and I've got my marinated steak, and all I'm going to do is place it onto the griddle and just cook it on both sides and baste it with the sauce that I made earlier. So I've seared it on the first side, and I'm just turning it over. And I'm going to just take my base, and I'll just heat it up again and baste the steak. So once this starts sizzling on one side, I'm just going to turn it over and then just baste the other. So So this is just cooking away for another few minutes, and I'm going to warm up my mushrooms to top up for the cheddar melt. I'm going to add a little bit of water into this. So here are my plates with the salads. I've got my onion ring that's just been baked, and I'm going to place them onto the side. The steak is done, so basically I put a slice of the steak on, a cheese on the top, and my cheddar melt mixture over it, and it starts melting the cheese.